Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. Stand up for your country. The best election coverage in this country continues this evening. So, Donald Trump feeling strong. Talked to a couple of his guys today on the phone, and I do that routinely, not just with Trump, but a lot of campaign people who give me inside stuff. They never want to be quoted. I understand that. But it's good for me to have an information flow coming on in here. So the former president's feeling pretty good. And we got some good reporting on him tonight. Nikki Haley also feeling okay. She knows she's not going to win. She may win New Hampshire, but she won't win the nomination unless there's a catastrophe of some kind. And I will explain that tonight. So you say, well, why is she even bothering? There is a reason. Ron DeSantis, I don't know. I told Sean Hannity on his radio program, I don't even know why DeSantis is continuing. No shot at all. Now, Hannity is kind of a friend of DeSantis. So it was an interesting conversation. We posted it on BillO'Reilly.com. I don't have a lot of use for the governor myself now after this book banning thing and all that. But I could be wrong. I'm open-minded about it. And finally, President Biden, just biding his time. It's going from day to day, kind of drifting over. We'll have some information on him. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. Let's get with the facts first. So January 23rd, next Tuesday, New Hampshire primary, Democrat, Republican. Biden's not even on the ticket. Didn't even bother registering. And if you are a Democrat, you can vote in the Republican primary. So that means that a lot of Democrats who hate Trump will vote for Nikki Haley, which will make the race a lot closer. Then you go to February 3rd, South Carolina Democrat. Biden will overwhelmingly win that. Then you go Nevada Democrat on February 6th. He'll win that. Nevada Republican caucus February 8th. Trump will win that. Virgin Islands Republican caucus. I think there's 8 people to caucus down there. Trump will win that. And then February 24th, South Carolina Republican primary. So that's a month away from New Hampshire. Well, what are they going to do in that month? So I don't know. And then you go into Super Tuesday on March 5th, and that'll be the end of it formally. So there'll be other primaries, but they don't matter. So come on back to me. The reason I say that it's over now is this, and I'm going to be as simple as I can be because I'm a simple man. Donald Trump's appeal to 40% of the Republican electorate is locked. No matter what happens to Donald Trump, they got 40% who are not gonna deviate from him. Another 30% will vote for Trump. They're not 100%, but they're solid. So there's no way a Nikki Haley or a Ron DeSantis can overcome that. They just can't. Now, what the press will do, and we said this earlier this week, is that if Haley beats Trump in New Hampshire, and that's possible, with all Democrats voting against Trump for Haley, then the press for a month will pound that Trump's a loser, Trump's on the decline, bump, 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 bump. Okay? For 4 weeks, that's all you're going to hear. It won't matter because the Republican base doesn't listen to the press anymore. Doesn't. The Republican base doesn't even watch Fox News much anymore. I don't know where they are. They're scattered all over the place. So you've got a situation which is unique. And here's why it's unique. The far left, coordinating with the Biden White House, made a calculation about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, that they were going to destroy Donald Trump by using the courts. both civil and criminal. This was a well thought out campaign. You see it in New York, Letitia James, the Attorney General, Alvin Bragg, the District Attorney of Manhattan. You see it in Georgia, Fani Willis. You see it with the special counsel, Jack Smith. You see it down the line. They are all the same. They come from the same place. And this was well coordinated. We're going to get them. Now, nobody knew it would not work. They thought it would work. Far left thought they'd get them. They didn't get them. Because Americans at that point, after Russian collusion, after that whole thing that went on for years, turned out to be fake, bogus, the American people went, whoa. And then we had the FBI, we had all of this stuff. So the conservative, traditional American has no faith in the justice system of this country right now. Merrick Garland, crime fighter, come on. So that everything they threw at Trump made him stronger. That's why Trump shows up in these civil cases in New York City when he doesn't even have to. But he wants to bring attention to them because those cases are so weak and foolish. And now with Atlanta blowing up, and they're going to have to do something with this Fani Willis down there. I'm going to get to it a little bit later. They can't let this ride. They just can't. This is about as corrupt as you get. So the Republican vote has now coalesced around Donald Trump because of the corruption veered against him. And because the media props up that corruption, encourages it, enables it, the media has no credibility at all. None. The Los Angeles Times is going to fold. I mean, they're about as far left as you can get. And if you look at the numbers for CNN, it's embarrassing. CNN's embarrassing. Nobody watches it. And the only reason that MSNBC gets 1 million, 1.5 million in prime time, the only reason is there are that many Trump haters who want to hear that every night. That's it. So Donald Trump, and nobody could have predicted this, has benefited in the electorate from all of these cases, civil and criminal, against him. That's why Nikki Haley has no shot. Ron DeSantis has no shot. It's not about policy. It's about Americans saying, we're not going to let this happen. We may not like Trump that much, but we're not letting it happen. And that's the memo. All right, Joe Biden has a meeting today at 3:15. Congressional leaders about national security. He wants more money. What a shock, right? Already got $34 trillion in debt. Biden wants $106 billion more to provide national security to the nation. I wouldn't give him a penny more. I don't trust the Biden administration to do anything. National security, you got an open border. I'm not giving you a nickel. Close the border, maybe we'll discuss it. National security? 10 million people here unsupervised? And you want $106 billion more? Come on. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is just absurd. David Axelrod, honest guy. He was Obama's top political advisor. Works for CNN now. But he's not a Kool-Aid drinker like a lot of them are over there. He's a rooter, a booster for the left, far left Democratic cause, no doubt. But Axelrod will tell you the truth most of the time. So he goes on with a anchor, Kate Bedingfield, who's a devoted liberal. Roll the tape.
I don't think we should underestimate what we saw from voters in 2022 and 2023. They believe that a threat to democracy, they reject a threat to democracy, and that is motivating for people.
I'm not suggesting he doesn't have talking points in his record that will support a message, but just let's all be aware, and Trump proved it again yesterday, he is not a normal candidate, and he is a pretty formidable candidate. And now he's on the ballot.
Okay, so to the reporter, Ms. Bedingfield, I don't think we should underestimate. Who's we? I mean, I know who we is. I know where you are. But you're not supposed to be there. Do you not get this? Come on. Yeah, Biden's going to run on Trump's a threat to democracy. Yeah, sure. We all know that. Anybody believe that? The man served for 4 years in the Oval Office. Did any democratic institutions collapse? Everybody knows the threat to democracy is in Colorado and Maine, where they're trying to keep Trump off the ballot. Jeez. Our freedoms should never be taken for granted. They must be cherished, protected, and defended. When corporations pander to the liberal agenda, they must be punished. When corporations stand up for conservative values, they should be supported. This brings me to Freedom 2.0, the bottled water company that proudly represents us. They have hilarious sayings on each bottle like, "This water ain't woke," and "bottled with liberal tears." Use the code BILL for a 15% discount and subscribe to Freedom 2.0. We must never discount freedom, but we can discount water as long as you use the code BILL. Please visit freedom20.com to order now. That's freedom, the number 2, the letter O.com. Freedom20.com, use code BILL for 15% off. All right, before we get to the final thought, let's go to the mail. Dan O'Brien, Cameron, North Carolina. Why would Democrats want to vote for Haley in New Hampshire when every poll says she would defeat Biden? Because they hate Trump. It's emotion, emotion, emotion. Get Trump, get Trump, get Trump. They're crazed. Doris, concierge member. Thank you, Doris. Propaganda rules because almost every headline on the internet is negative towards Trump. Absolutely true. Every headline, negative. Alice, I'm Canadian, and I worry a great deal about my country. Our leader is useless, Justin Trudeau. Our media are liars. Our general population doesn't care or is simply not interested. I'm worried. I don't know how bad it is up in there in Canada, but I do know that the press in Canada, particularly in the eastern part of the country, beyond belief. Michael Galgano, Wisconsin, New York, out on Long Island. Is there any way we in New York State can stop Hochul from using state tax dollars for illegal aliens? No. Can't. He's going to pass a budget. The very left-wing legislature in Albany will pass it, and you'll get $3 billion. $3 billion. Jeez. Patricia Smith, Indianapolis. I wish someone would ask Joe Biden if he thinks Hunter has been paying his fair share. That would be a great question. But Biden doesn't talk to the press. And he wouldn't answer that anyway. He'll go, "That's a stupid question." John Kaza, Plainfield, Vermont. I've been following you, O'Reilly, for many years. Always been a big fan. I watch the No Spin News every day. You tell it like it is and deal only in the truth backed by cold, hard facts. Thank you for being a stand-up guy. Thank you, John, up in Vermont, for watching us and the millions of others who watch and listen. We very much appreciate you. Okay, we're going to be off tomorrow. We work Martin Luther King, the federal holiday. I'm giving my staff off, and I got to get this out of my system here. I don't know what I'm going to do, but maybe I'll do the ice plunge or something, but we're going to be off. Back Monday. And in the meantime, go to BillO'Reilly.com, and before they ban all my books, you can get all 13 killing books, which is the greatest library enhancer, or get 13 gifts. So there they are. All 13 killing books, BillO'Reilly.com store. Word today, do not be bilious. B-I-L-I-O-U-S. Great word. Bilious. Okay, final thought. You'll never forget it in a moment. Debt. You go to bed and wake up thinking about it. Here is the truth. The system traps you in debt. High interest credit cards and loans make it nearly impossible to pay it off. and insane inflation keeps you stuck paycheck to paycheck. Done with Debt is your lifeline. Done with Debt has a new strategy to help you erase debt faster and easier than you thought. It analyzes all the debt options you qualify for. They know how to reduce bills and cut interest rates. Their skilled staff of negotiators know how to get your debt out of your life without bankruptcy and without a loan. Done with Debt are the experts in brilliant strategies for eliminating debt. Here's how easy they make it. Go to donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Final thought of the day. I can't believe on January 5th, 2008, 16 years ago, it seems like it was just yesterday, I'm up in New Hampshire. The primary campaign is underway. I'm running around. I'm going to Hillary Clinton events. I'm going to Barack Obama events. And it's chilly, but I'm having a blast. So I'm working for Fox News. And my crew sets up for a Obama rally. Okay? So after the rally, there's a receiving line where the then senator comes down and shakes hands. Dignitaries local, that's right. My camera's right in back of the receiving line. Okay. Enter chaos. A man named Marvin Nicholson, Barack Obama's body man. Guy goes with him everywhere. He starts misbehaving. Roll the tape.
But the guy then moves over and blocks Tim's shot again. Well, that's a total violation of press freedom. So I had no choice, ladies and gentlemen, but to uphold the Constitution.
Hey, stop blocking the shot, pal. You're blocking the shot. No, you're not. You're doing it on purpose. Don't block the shot. Don't block the shot. Got it? Don't block the shot. No, you're not. You're blocking the shot. Get over there. Sure. Get him out of there. I don't want to do that. We have a right to be here to shoot the shot. Son of a... Hey, Senator! Fine. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's really low class, pal. Really low class, and everybody in the world will see it. Hey, Senator, a word, please. Senator, a word, please. Senator, we came all the way up to see you. Senator, a word.
Let me shake your hand.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right. Now, after that handshake, I didn't, of course, let it go. I said, look, you got to talk to me. And he said he would. And he did. Obama kept his word. I did 3 interviews with him, one in the campaign. Now, that was such an outrageous thing that guy Marvin Nicholson did. And the other guys in the suits were Secret Service guys. Okay, so I didn't want to embarrass them, but you heard me. You can't do that. So I was a little testy, but I was justified. That's called righteous anger. You don't do that. A couple of times in my career, we've had that. But that was a moment in time I will never forget. Now, Obama, he didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't hold him accountable for that. It was that Nicholson guy. And he was just, I'll give O'Reilly a hard time. Okay, that's what you get. Now, that's legendary, by the way. And I know a lot of you didn't see it or you didn't remember it, you forgot about it. But in campaign annals. So after this all unfolds, and Obama did commit to the interview, I just wrote it down in my notebook. We'll see. And he did. He came through. I interviewed him in Newark, Pennsylvania, during the Republican convention. That's when he gave me the interview because he wanted me to come from Minneapolis to York, which I did. I mean, I got on a plane, boom, 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 boom. It was important that I speak with him. Now, New Hampshire now is different than it was 16 years ago. Right? that was a very competitive primary between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. And at that time, nobody really knew that Obama was going to be able to make it. I knew because I saw the difference in the rallies. Because the Clinton rallies, nobody, it was a few homeless people like this. Obama's rallies are packed. Younger people. I remember New Hampshire is divided into two areas, and this is important. The southern area are Boston commuters who have fled the Commonwealth of Massachusetts because of crazy taxes. New Hampshire has low taxes, but they commute into Boston. All right, that's a liberal bastion. But the upper 2/3 of the state are traditional conservatives. Now, next Tuesday, and we'll be all over this, by the way. I mean, you'll get, as I said at the beginning of the show, get the best coverage here. The key question is, will Nikki Haley get enough Democrats to vote for her to try to damage Trump? Look, the polls show that Nikki Haley will beat Joe Biden. But believe me, the stronger candidate is Donald Trump. He's just a stronger personality. The Democrats don't want any part of him. You heard Axelrod earlier. They don't want any part of him. So we're going to be watching, and I already know that tens of millions of dollars have gone from Washington, D.C., the political action committees that help Biden, into New Hampshire to canvass Democrats, registered Democrats, to switch. And they could switch on the day of the vote. They could just walk into the polling place, go, I'm a Democrat, but I want to be an independent. And they go, okay. Then you can vote for Nikki Haley against Trump. So that's what's going on. And it makes it unique. That wasn't happening 16 years ago. It was a straight vote. Okay, you remember it was McCain. And the Republicans were dealing with him. And then it was Hillary and Barack Obama. But I don't regret a second of what I did. Not a second. Because that guy, Nicholson, and we try to trace him. I asked my producers, I said, try to find out where he is now. What is he doing? Couldn't find him. So if you know Marvin, or Marvin, if you're watching, let me know what you're doing. And subsequently, Marvin and I ran into each other, and we had a handshake. So that was months later. But we didn't leave on real bad terms. All right, hope you enjoyed it. We'll be off, as I said, tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday, new column on Sunday. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We always very much appreciate you watching and listening. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.